Evening, chaps. Hope you're all good. Thought I'd just chuck on a little Friday night extra because the missus is out and I'm bored. So here we are, game week 8. Quick look at the table. Vanuatu leading the way. Started really well, 16 points. Hobart Unicorns Warriors on 13. Rapa Nui and Wanganui making up the playoffs, but still incredibly close as it has been all the way through. Just been having a look through some stats. If AFC fail to win tonight, it'll be the longest run without a win of the save. Currently 9 without a win. 2 sides have been 9 without a win in the previous 2 seasons as well. So fixtures, we've got Aborigines Warriors, Blitz Hobart, Bushrats Vanuatu, Dragons Rapa Nui, Townsville Vikings, Time Wasters Unicorns, Wanganui and AFC, and that is where we're going to start at Mike's request. So I hope he is here. We'll follow that with Bushrats Vanuatu at Tato's request so he can get the kids to bed. So we'll go to Mr. Savage first, who has submitted a new tactic. One Bam. One at the back, Claxon. Vogel and Janichera in front. 4 across the middle. Keane and Osmanovsky supporting Mido up front. And he is up against Rox, who's reverted back to his previous tactic with 5 across the DM line. And 3 up front. Sorochinsky in at centre-back because Lincharam has been absolutely honking and is looking for a new home, I am led to believe. So, game 1 of the night. Wanganui AFC. Evening, chaps. Mike's made it as Robbie Keane has opened the scoring. Ridiculous that you've scored the most and conceded the most and somehow aren't doing shit. Paragon's equalised on 10 minutes. I think you were also on a 10-game unbeaten run, Smuts, which is something pretty good. Obviously, that'll go back to the end of last season. But Dyer has put AFC 2-1 up and then follow that up with a yellow card. The 3 up front versus the 1 at the back is coming out on top at the minute. Sorochinsky into the book. And we get to half time. Wanganui 1, AFC 2. Just the 2 attempts from AFC. 4 for Wanganui, who have obviously got a keeper on a 5 at half time. Be interesting to see if Mike sticks with Abiati or pulls him off. Apart from that, not too bad. Ojenberg with the assist. New tactic file started well, but deteriorated as the half went on. 1 assist for AFC coming from Thomas Schmuck. Andre doing well in goal as he has done most of the season. Cannavaro at the back as well. And Mike is indeed going to swap his goalkeepers. And that's it. So we will get back to it. Second half underway. See if Wanganui can turn it round. And it is Totti from the left midfield position. Right midfield, should I say. Who has drawn Wanganui level. Still nothing from AFC after those 2 shots that flew past Abiati. Quick look at the match rating. Still Andre on an 8. Few 7s, few 6s in there. Not too bad from Rox. Over at Mike, will hop onto his tactics because I know that's his preference when making changes. Donovan potentially for one of the front 3 could come on. Mido's playing well, as is Robbie Keane. Pretty decent performance with the exception of Abiati. For Mike, I think I'm pretty pleased with how the new tactics going. Potentially Donovan for Osmanovsky might be something for Mike. He's going to leave it. He's happy with what he's seen, so we will run this game to a conclusion. Appreciate your time, Mike, and squeezing it in. I'll let you get back to doing real life things. 15 minutes to go, still 2 apiece. And into the last 5 minutes now. Osmars with a big chance there, but it's kept out by Andre. Late pressure from Wanganui. Counter attack from AFC. Feels like there could be a goal coming, and there is a late goal from Daniel Jimenez, 90th minute, and AFC have snatched it at the death. Mike will probably be disappointed with that. The stats show it pretty even. Abiati's let Wanganui down in the first half, but Andre with a man of the match performance for Rocks. Michelini picks up an assist, goal from Paragon, Dyer, and late on Daniel Jimenez. I mean, AFC take the 3 points and the first win of the season and end that winless run. Decent performance from Wanganui. Yeah, as Mike says, what can you do when your keeper's chucking them in? Nobody less than a 7, with the exception of Abiati, who had a honking first half. Totti did well from the right wing. Robbie Keane as well. Zeraberto picked up an assist in the second half. Next, we're going to go across to the Bushrats, who line up like this. One change. Gerard swaps out, and in comes Yakubu at right, DMC. The Bushrats across at Stee. Pretty sure it was an as-is. Started the season very well. Don't need to change too much here. All the signs would point to an away win here, but as we know, this game will throw up some very difficult, indifferent performances, and that is something that Steve won't like. Whilst we know that going down to 10 men doesn't always have a detrimental impact, losing a centre-back in the first minute is not ideal. So I would expect to see Lusanov probably for one of the midfielders. Scholes, Semak maybe. I was just going to drop a Sonic. Oh. And Dyer to centre-back. No DMC. Okay, I see. Zanoni into DMC, and we're going to play it without a right winger. Tato, anything for you? First minute, I wouldn't expect you to want to do anything, but Magic. So the league leader is going to have to play the full game with 10 against Bushrats, looking to kick into some kind of form. Is this a Dimble red card build again? This was built from the previous Dimble build, so it could well be. I can't say that it's been excessive. Yeah, Dan makes a good point. Giggs is free down the left, and Viduka on the stroke of half time has put them 1-0 up, and it is that man Ryan Giggs who picks up the assist and has kicked on this season for Bushrats. Bushrats lead 1-0, 3 attempts, 1 on target, just the 1 attempt for Vanuatu, nothing on target. Headman on a 6. Not a great deal to write home about for Steve. Always going to be difficult. Playing with 10 away from home for the full game, but we'll just wait and see if Steve wants to make any changes and potentially send somebody out there to try and pick up Giggs. Even Duggan. Quick look at Tato's stats. Assist obviously came from Giggs. Larson on a 6, everybody else doing well. Duggan Clompe has been sent off first minute. Giggs has put Bushrats 1-0 up. Previous game, if you didn't see it, was Wanganui 2, AFC 3, 90th minute winner from Jimenez. So Steve's going to go for Semak for Gallardo. Put him right mid. Centralise with no arrows, like that. Centralise centre mids with no arrows. Magic. Right, second half then. Bushrats 1, Vanuatu 0. Montello with a chance, and at the second attempt does get the leveller for the league leaders. And we get to 60-something minutes. One apiece, Montello, like I said, with the equaliser, just that one attempt, or two attempts from Vanuatu, both on target. And assist for Van der Vaart, who is playing his last game for Vanuatu before he comes across to the Warriors. Montella in a rich frame of form, and that is a dangerous recipe for everybody else. Similar story for Bushrats in terms of ratings. Desai's dropped down to a 6. Just the one tackle from him tonight. So we'll just give the chaps a minute to decide what they want to do. Back across the estate. Quickly make the changes. Gerard on for Desai, and that's all. So Gerard's going to come on. Go across to Steve. Lusanov and Del Vecchio on the bench. He wants Desai bringing home. Right, Lusanov for Zanoni, swap with us. Zanoni off. And Dai goes back into DMC. Changes made by both managers last 30 minutes of game 2. Bushrats 1, Vanuatu 1. Giggs involved heavily. And Vieri has the ball in the net, but it is disallowed for offside. Unfortunately, a couple of quick bookings there, one for Van der Vaart, I think. And we're into the last 5 minutes. Vieri with another big chance. Bushrats have had the better of the last 30 minutes, but it's Vanuatu right at the death pushing. But we do get to full time. Bushrats 1, Vanuatu 1. 8 attempts, Bushrats 4 for Vanuatu. I think it felt quite even once they put a right midfielder back out there and just went with the 4 across the middle. Klompe sent off first minute. Van der Vaart, as I say, with the assist. Montella with the goal. Rio Ferdinand had a decent game. Lassisi picks up man of the match for a solid defensive display. Him, Maldini, and the goalkeeper having decent games. Yakubu into the side did well. Viduka with the goal. Giggs with the assist. One apiece. Next up, we've got Vikings, who is not with us tonight. Line up like this. Olsen comes in for a debut out of the league, signing for Jens. And that is that. Over at Townsville, Hodgie is, I think, as is, from the last game. I'm not sure if Hodgie's with us or not. If you are, Hodgie, give us a shout. If not, I'll run it through quickly with neither manager here. And it is Cezalko who opens the scoring on 16 minutes for the Vikings. Heading towards half time, it's felt mostly Vikings. Cezalko with another chance. Taibbi making a save. Townsville looking to push back at the end of the first half. But we get to half time. Townsville 0, Vikings 1. Just 2 attempts apiece. Cezalko's goal separating the two sides. Gattuso picked up the assist. Pretty decent performance from Vikings. David, who I believe is available for the right price. Games, no fitness issues there. over at Townsville. Taber doing well. Mendes de Silva continuing to have a good season, a good first 45 minutes at the very least. I just gave the managers a few seconds. I'm not sure either are here, and then if not, we'll just run it through to 90 minutes. Barring any injuries or red cards. Hurry for sale, says Tato. The window is open. Deals will be processed. Anything that's on the sheet, and I think it's just me, to be honest, with a couple of you, after this game, and then after the next two shows, so an extra week of transfer window. Pretty sure Hoddy's not about, so we're just going to run this one all the way through to 90 minutes. And it's 2-0. Sazalko doubles his tally and the Vikings lead. As we hit 60 minutes, it flies through to 76 with nothing happening. Aymar picks up a booking. Olsen with a great chance on debut, but it is Sazalko who picks up a hat-trick and his 5th goal of the season, as Vikings are looking to run away with this now into the last 5 minutes. And we do get to full time. Townsville 0, Sazalko 3. Nothing at all in the second half from Townsville. All Vikings, 2 assists from Gattuso, 1 for Davids, who had a much better second half. Maxim with a 10, 3 shots, 3 on target, 3 goals, and 3-0 to the Vikings. Next, we have got Dragons against Rapa Nui. I think Rob's here. I think I saw him earlier on, and he lines up like this. We've got Rabasandra Tana comes in for Romashchenko, who's been really, really good this season. Evening, Dimble. Hope you're okay. And for Duggan, we've got one change at the back. Mourinho comes in for Henshaw, and just the baby arrows on the wing backs rather than them bombing on tonight for the Dragons. So first half, Dragons Rapa Nui. Actually back with a chance. And another one, and it's a penalty, and Constantinu converts, and it is 1-0 Dragons. Constantinu back into the side tonight. Candela down the other end has equalised. And a really good season as well is Candela. Brozek with a chance, and Brozek with the goal, 2-1 Rapa Nui. We're edging towards half time, and we get to half time. Dragons 1, Rapa Nui 2. Dragons took an early lead through Constantinu and felt like they were putting a lot of pressure on early. 5 attempts for them, 4 from Rapa Nui, just the 2 on target. Hoffland on a 5, a few 6s in there and some 7s. Felt like Dragons were well in that. Across the way, we've got Kufre struggling on a 5. Rabasandra Tana into the side gets an assist, as does Brozek, who was also scored. Just see if Rob wants to do anything. Duggan's going to roll it as is. And Rob is going to roll it as well. Big double save from Oliver Kahn. We're getting towards 60 minutes. Dragons coming forward with Cafu. And Cafu with a great solo goal, his first goal of the season. I might have even said first goal for Dragons, in fact. And we're just about to hit 60 minutes. Great time to score for the Dragons with some changes coming up. yeah, a couple of attempts for Dragons along with that equaliser for Cafu. Bowyer picks up assist for that. Hoffland's still struggling on a 5, Raquelme on a 6. We've got Reyes, Smith as attacking options on the bench for the Dragons. Matt Kerr on a 5, Kufre's up to a 6, but lots of 6s and 7s in there with Brozek and Rabasandra Tana doing well. Rob is happy and is going to roll it, and we're going to see some changes for the Dragons. Reyes for Raquelme. Stick back up top in a 2. Reyes long AMC with an arrow. So, last 30 minutes. Is there a winner for either side? Feels like Rapa Nui are involved in games quite regularly this season. 6-4 a few weeks back. Still Dragons looking good in patches, but just not converting the chances, and it is Kufre who picks up an injury. Would expect Materazzi to come on as a straight swap for that one at the back. Just get that ready and wait Rob to confirm. Lovely, good stuff. So 20 minutes or so to play. Feels like there could be a winner at either end here. We've got Reyes gone off injured now. It looks like it'll be Smith and then swap with Archie back. But again, I'll wait for Duggan to confirm that's what he wants to do. And that is what Duggan is going to do. 12 minutes plus stoppages to play as both sides search for a winner. And it is Alan Smith from the bench who puts Dragons 3-2 up. We've still got a few seconds to play, but we get to full time. Dragons 3, Rapa Nui 2. Massive result for Dragons, much needed win. About time they were on the right side of a close game. 10 attempts, Dragons 9, Rapa Nui. Brozek picks up man of the match for his goal and assist, but not the best. Not the best performance from the rest for Rapa Nui. Smith did well with a goal from the bench. Mourinho picks up an assist into the side, and Dragons and Duggan will be delighted. Next up, we've got the Warriors. Couple of big absentees in the forward positions. Have changed the lineup for tonight 2 or 3 times, but this is what we've gone with. Anderson comes in for a debut in centre midfield. Van Bommel gets a run out at attacking midfield as a little experiment before he departs. Lee Chun-Soo is in as well. And we are up against Daz, who lines up like this. Julie at left wing back for the injured Serginho. Good luck to Daz. And we'll kick this one off. Aborigines putting on a fair bit of pressure. The home side. Bommel with a chance. Comes to nothing. Heading towards half time into the book for Lee Chun-Soo. Harasimovic with a chance and on the rebound gets his first goal of the season. Fully against the run of play to put Warriors 1 up. I mean, the stats don't read as the text played out, but 2 attempts Aborigines, 4 for Warriors. 6s and 7s pretty much across the board for Daz. Hersey doing his best with a couple of attempts for them. No fitness concerns. Over at the Warriors, Contra picks up an assist in back-to-back games. Daniel Anderson struggling on a 5. Lee Chun-Soo not doing great either, but we will leave it for now. And it is 2-0. Ian Hart continues his great run of form on 56 minutes, and then it's shot through to 68 minutes. Nothing really from Aborigines, but some sloppy performances in there. Tony not doing much up front. Bishchan not doing great in defensive midfield either, and Sebfrey on a 6, which hasn't helped. Paredes doing well in midfield. Ian Hart with the goal. Van Bommel with the assist from attacking midfield, as Warriors lead 2-0. We are going to swap Anderson for Rui Costa, and we'll leave it as it is. Bishchan was man of the match in all the tests. Such a stupid game it is indeed. Yeah, I'm sure it's been mentioned by many people many times, but don't read too much into testing, because the game engine will do something completely different when we hit go live. Bishchan for Stewart. Swap sides with Paredes. Tony for Madeira. Magic. Right, last 20 minutes or so. Aborigines 0, Warriors 2. Frey with a couple of big saves there. Can Aborigines get one back and put pressure on late on? We're into added time and we get to full time. Aborigines 0, Warriors 2. 5 attempts for the home side, 2 on target, 8 for Warriors, 6 on target. Not the best performance. Zanetti did a decent job with an 8, as well as Uguegi have lots of tackles in there. Across at Warriors, Ian Hart picks up his 4th man of the match of the season. Both wing-backs doing well. Contra and Hart with a goal and assist apiece. Van Bommel assist on his last appearance, and Hamid Harasimovic opens his account for the season. And that could take us, and we've got 2 games left, I think. We've not seen Dimble yet. But now we've got Tutavua versus Unicorns. Tutavua lineup like this. Said back into the side. Ortega switches to AMC. Matty Holland on the right of the midfield. And for the Unicorns, pretty sure it was an as-is from Smuts lineup like that. Started very well this season. Aaron, I'm sure it said they were on 10-game unbeaten run, but they can't because they've lost 2 games this season. Anyway, Tutavua Unicorns, game 6 of the evening. Well played, Daz. Good game, buddy. I've just seen your message. Just a quick reminder that I'll be processing deals straight after this before packs are out. So if there's any that are not on the sheet, got about 20 minutes to get them on. They're caught into the book. And Vrede is off for a professional foul. Tutavua are down to 10. No defender on the bench, but Said could quite easily slot back in there, or they could roll with Big Salt on his own. We'll just see what Media or Liam want to do. Side back to centre back, and then just confirm, Liam, do you want the arrows on the DMCs or off? Just wait for you to let me know either way. Got an as is from Unicorns. Arrows on Magic, so we're down to 10. Best part of 70 minutes to play. Simic into the book for the Unicorns. And we get to half time at 0-0. 2 attempts for the home side, 3 for the Unicorns, 1 apiece on target. Sammy Hupia doing a good job for the Unicorns with the captain's armband, 6 and 7 for everybody else. Across at 2 Tavua, Sol Campbell stepping up in the absence of Rede for an 8. And again, very similar ratings, pretty poor game in that first 45 minutes. Dilson dropped to the bench last couple of games. Overmars has been in and out of the side, could potentially come in, but Liam's going to roll it till 60, as is Smuts, so we will do that. And Pens have a chance. Stop it there, just so we don't miss it. Costanza up to an 8. Just a couple of attempts for Unicorns there. No real change for 2 to go, with the exception of Costanza, who's made a couple of saves. Pat Soglu up to an 8 as well for Unicorns, but apart from that, pretty much as it was at half time. Michael Owen not doing a great deal with his chance in the side and the absence of Saviola. I bet the lads will be desperate for Saviola back, who's been exceptional last couple of seasons. And it is going to be Dilson who comes on for Michael Owen. And as is from Smuts, we'll see us play this through to 90 minutes. Mackay with a chance to start the season well. I think he's got 4 or 5 goals already. Hoopier into the book for Unicorns into the last 10 minutes. Tight game, not a huge amount of chances and nothing else as we get to full time. 2 attempts, 2 Tavua, 8 for the Unicorns, who tried a little bit in the second half, but nothing clinical enough. Some really solid defensive performances in there with the defensive midfielders and centre backs. 7s and 8s, decent away performance, pretty much the ideal away performance, with the exception of a missing goal over at Tavua. Costanza with a great performance, picks up man of the match. Again, some defensive players doing well, cancel each other out effectively. So 0-0 we go, and then on to the last game of the night. We've got Blitz against Hobart. Pretty sure I've seen both managers. One change for Dimble sees Kaluzny coming for Nicky Butt, who was suspended. And over at Hobart, we've got Kivu back into the side for Patrick Anderson. Hobart started the season really well. The front three are really clicking. Blitz openly opened the scoring through Zambrota early. Samuel into the book following that. Always a tough game away at Blitz. Dan will know that, especially when they get in front. And Anelka scoring a goal a game again this season means that they are always dangerous. And Kaluzny, who is into the side, has gone off injured. Fancy a live next game week, Scott? A live? What do you mean? Right, what's the options? Makoko could come in with Mendieta dropping back. Maybe swap with Good Johnson. Rivaldo could go across if Del Piero comes onto the left. It's going to be Tonton comes on for Collusioner. Swap with Mendieta. And swap him to right DMC. Yep, just like that. No, get them transfers done, forgot. Okay, so get this through to half time anyway. I'm not really sure what you meant, Steve. Did you mean like, oh, back-to-back games? Is that what you meant? Like run it through to the next game week straight away? Yeah, I've not got time, unfortunately, tonight. And yeah, there's a few deals to process. Tonton on centre mid, yeah, I love that. I have spoke to Dimble about Tonton, just pondering a counter offer from Dimble, but they do lead 1-0. Zambrota with the goal on 4 minutes. 5 attempts blitz, 4 on target, 3 for Hobart, 2 on target. And yeah, similar story to a lot of sides tonight. Of we got, can you swap Milito and Kivo over them to 60? I can do that. And a roll from Dimble as well. I don't think we're going to look at the ratings there, but Valdo picks up the assist from the left. Zambrota on a 9 with the goal. A few more 8s in there as well. Good performance so far from Blitz. And we have got another red card. Emerson into the book. Seconds into the second half. Has been sent off. I wouldn't expect that Dimble will do anything before 60 minutes, but the option's there. Dims, give me a shout. Filipescu could come on, but we could just roll without a central midfielder. Yeah, and that's what Danny's going to do. Just, yeah, both managers are just going to leave it as is. And it is Tonton. Found a bit of space in that midfield without Emerson, and he's doubled the Blitz's lead from the bench. Oh, and it's flown through to 68 minutes from 50 odd. And it is 2-0 at the break. 9 attempts blitz, really strong performance from them. Look at all their mates on 9, 6, Walter Samuel on a 6, everybody else, including Tonton, on an 8 or a 9. Faldo and Joey Good Johnson with the assists across at Hobart. Really difficult task against 10 men away at Blitz. 1-0 down and now 2-0 down. Westerveld doing his best on an 8. It's been really good for Dan. Dimble is going to do Del Piero for Cure. Go. I must see if Dan got anything up his sleeve. I think we maybe see Dwight York. I don't know. He may leave it as it is. Oh, we're going one at the back. I love to see that. Milito off for York. One at the back, 2 up front. Magic. Caution to the wind. Nothing to lose. York and Albert up front. Kivu holding fort at the back. Last 20 minutes. Will that make a difference for Hobart? It won't, because the Elite has wrapped it up and it's 3-0. And the Blitz have looked incredibly impressive tonight. And Nelka with a great chance. Is he going to blank tonight? He is, but it won't matter for Dimble and for Blitz. They run out 3-0 winners, aided by a red card for Emerson. But 14 attempts, 12 on target. Absolutely ruthless from the Blitz. 6 attempts, 4 on target for Hobart, who really struggled. An 8 for Westerveld, but apart from that, they just couldn't get into the game. Pretty much dominated from start to finish from Blitz, to be honest. Joega Johnson gets a 10, 2 assists and a man of the match performance. That's up there with one of the performances so far this season, to be honest, with especially the ratings. Dimble will be absolutely delighted with that. Tonton from the bench picks up a 9 as well, as Blitz win 3-0. That does conclude tonight's fixtures, chaps, and we've got the classifieds. Aborigines 0, Warriors 2, Blitz 3, Hobart 0, Bushrats 1, Vanuatu 1, Dragons 3, Rapa Nui 2, Townsville 0, Vikings 3, 2-0 0, Unicorns 0, and Wanganui 2. AFC 3 with the first win of the season. Feels like that's going to close things up even more. Vanuatu remain top on 17 points after the draw tonight. Warriors second, 16. And then we've got Blitz Unicorns on 14. Hobart Vikings 13. Rapa Nui Wanganui 12. Dragons 11. Tutu and Townsville 10. Aborigines 6. Bushrats 5. And AFC 4. Absolutely nobody out of it. We're only 8 games in. The transfer window now is officially open. Go and get busy, get into each other's DMs, and let's get some deals done because they're fucking fun. Next up, Sunday with Daz, fixtures look like this: AFC versus Warriors, Blitz Aborigines, Hobart Dragons, Rapa Nui Unicorns, Townsville Bushrats, Vanuatu 2-0, Vikings Wanganui. Quick look at the stats because why not? Tomasi still leading away on 8.5 average, and Dai up to 8.25, Ian Hart up to 8.13. 4 man of the matches in 8 games for him this season with 3 goals. Montella as well, doing exceptionally well. Top scorers, Montella out on 7 by himself ahead of Anelka and Cezalco, who's starting to cook. And assists, we've got D'Alessandro on 4 and Figo on 4. We have a few players on 3 behind them. I will progress to save, put the deals through, get a pack together, hopefully in the next half an hour, but if not, it will be with you before the night is out. Thanks very much for joining me, chats, at short notice. Enjoy your Fridays, enjoy your weekend. Up the All-Stars.